Be involved in Champions League in the midweek. Manchester City facing Atletico Madrid, where they hold a 1-0 lead on aggregate. City pretty impressive favorites there to advance, of course, the second leg Wednesday from the Wanda Metropolitano. Mario, Frank, Rabo, and Ale back with us for more on this matchup. Rabo, I feel compelled to start with you for some tactics here. Please tell me we're not going to get the same approach from Diego Simeone in this leg as we saw in the first leg.
We're going to get a similar approach, and you can't blame him for that. But what they have to be, they almost have to play the perfect game. They've got to be good defensively. They've got to make Manchester City predictable with their passing. But what they have to do, still be compact. They still have to be a threat on the counter-attack. But they have to play 10, 15, 20 yards higher up the field. You can still do that. You can still remain compact. I don't think they're going to go and press Man City really high up the field, but they have to make sure they defend well, make Man City predictable, and then try and catch them on the counter-attack. If they're too open, Man City will tear them apart and the game will be over before it's even started.
Mario, how possibly can Atletico get a goal or multiple goals in this match?
I mean, look, we have to be honest also. Simeone have built a team exactly the way he was as a player. I mean, I met him as a player. I played against him. But just away from that, I just think, like, just what you guys already highlighted, he's not going to change that much. He knows how strong his team is. This is how he has built them. Sit back, wait for your opportunity to, what you talked about, counter-attack them. But away from that, that's also what City, he doesn't care if City dictates the tempo of the game. That's one of the crucial things, because that's the hardest thing for me to take. But for him, he does not care. He makes his team sit, wait, and we then attack them when we get the opportunity. But the only downside I feel from him is like Joe Felix and Griezmann. They're so far back. It was almost scary to see that. They were playing like midfielders.
Mario, as a player, how would you want to play for Simeone? Would you like it?
Look, defensively would not be a problem because they're all together. But attacking-wise, I would not like it. Because the school where I come from, you understand, it's always attacking. I come from Ajax. We only know, like, being as a young boy there, just you learn how to attack, regardless of wherever you go.
Frank, surely Atletico Madrid has to offer more in this match. Probably a lot of it down to maybe a guy like Antoine Griezmann. He should be critical, no?
Well, that's the same thing, and we talked about that many times about Griezmann, about João Felix, the way they have to play, the way that Simeone made them play. But they agreed signing a contract, so they have to accept the fact that even at home they have to defend more than they have to attack, and they have to accept the deal, because that's the genes of Atletico Madrid. They tried to change that this season, and Ali emphasized that a lot, during the season, where they say, well, they tried to be more offensive, and they conceded more goals, and they were less effective than they used to be. And only the last game against Manchester City in the first leg, they did that. It worked very well, even if it's 5-5-0, even if Griezmann and João Felix had to defend. But they only lost 1-0, and you always have chances to score. And if either Griezmann or João Felix score one goal, they can go to penalties, go through, and win with their tools. And that will make Simeone very happy.
What's the worry here for City, Ale? Because you look at the first leg, obviously there wasn't much threat from Atletico. And even if you go to Atleti's last game against Mallorca, there's no threat there. I mean, this team can't do damage to City, can they?
They can. And the reason they can is because when you look at Atletico Madrid, they are going to take the game to a level to where Manchester City do not want to be. So they're going to make it physical. They're going to make it confrontational. They're going to tempt Manchester City to make this about, yes, the 50-50 challenges. You and me. Who's the bigger man? Who's the stronger man? And if you do that, if you're Atletico Madrid, you're going to be better than Manchester City. Because now Manchester City comes down to your level, to where in a fight, I'll take Simeone to destroy Pep Guardiola. But this is not about fighting. This is about playing. And when it comes to playing, then Manchester City, if they're sharp enough with their possession, they'll take away that physicality and that urgency from Atletico Madrid. But more important than anything for Atletico Madrid, even as Stewie just alluded to it, even if they advance their line of confrontation 20 yards, once they recover the ball, they have to have the willingness. They must have the willingness to go and attack Manchester City.